Good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning's early morning intuitive guidance. I am late. I forgot to set my alarm last night apparently, and so 10 minutes late. Oh well, not a big hairy deal, right? You're just probably all wondering, okay, where is she? Did she party last night? Not really. So we'll give it a minute here as people find me and pop in. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here to give you some words of wisdom for the day. A fresh start to your Saturday. And dark out there, very dark out there. Oh, there's Tira. Good morning, Tira. You're my first one on today. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. And looks like someone else has popped on, but it's not showing me your name. Welcome, glad you're here. And usually once one or two of you find me, then the algorithm shifts and pretty much everybody rolls in. So we'll just kind of go with that. So let's do a little bit of breathing. Good morning, Cindy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And yes, nothing is wrong. I just forgot to set my alarm this morning. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good morning, Carolyn. Thank you for the hearts and the pretty rainbow. Gotta love that. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice deep belly breaths, letting your body settle. If you scan your body and you notice any areas that are uncomfortable, just focus the breath right there. And you can ask that part of your body what message it has for you today. What is it wanting you to know? And then just listen. And when you first start doing that, yes, you might get crickets. Keep asking. Keep asking. Eventually you'll figure it out. So if your shoulders are feeling heavy, you might, I've kind of figured you would be. No, everything's fine. It's just all of a sudden I looked at the clock and went, 6:22. How did that happen? But if your shoulders are feeling heavy and you ask your shoulders what is going on with them, what do they need you to know? They might say they're feeling like they're carrying stuff that isn't theirs. Or if a knee is hurting, you might ask it, what is its message for you? There might be some fear of moving forward. If you haven't found Louise Hay's little book, Heal Your Body, lovely little book, and there's a companion little pocket thing that goes through all the areas of your body and gives you guidance on what it might be telling you. Now, my thing always is with those kinds of things, that body guide, a dream interpretation book, what the internet says, I always err on the side of what I get first. What does my body tell me? Good morning, Bobby. I'm greeting myself. Isn't that lovely? I can do that. Good morning to myself. Glad I'm here. So I would always suggest listen to yourself first. If you're going to listen to have a conversation with one of your body parts that's giving you grief, ache, pain, whatever, listen to that directly first. You can then go to the internet. You can go to your books. You can go to a dream interpretation guide, whatever. But listen to yourself first. Get attuned to that. Good morning, Janine. Glad you're here. Welcome. Because we have all the wisdom we need within. We have all the wisdom we need within. But so many of us have gotten trained up to look without for our answers. There ain't no guru out there. Gee, you are you, okay? You've got your answers. It's learning to trust that. It's learning how you tap into that. It's learning your own way of creating that wisdom within. Good morning, Diane. Looking forward to spending some time with you today. Awesome, awesome. So we have the Wild Offering deck by Tosha Silver, and she is another person who is fabulous about pay attention to what you're getting. You don't need her as an intuitive or a psychic or whatever to give you your answers. You can find them yourself. They're there. Sometimes it's helpful to get some outside guidance, but don't make that your primary thing, all right? Go within. You have your answers. They're there. So our card for today, one more nice deep breath. Courage. Courage. And look at the pretty little yellow flowers on there. And there's actually some raindrops or teardrops. They could be teardrops. Courage. Let's see what we get. Divine courage is not the absence of fear. Hear that again. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well. And this fits right in with what I was just saying. you have to get quiet enough to hear it. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So let's mess around with that a little bit today. I want you to put one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, and I want you to breathe. And notice which hand is moving. You want the hand on your belly to move and the hand on your chest to stay still. So you're dropping into the lower part of your lungs, which if you look at your lungs, they're kind of triangle shaped. There's a whole lot of capacity at the bottom of the lungs. We want to engage that. So just keep practicing, breathing deeply. And now we're going to practice that going within and listening. So just imagine moving into your heart and soul space, a safe space within you. Breathe yourself there. For some people, you'll see it. For some people, you'll feel it. For some people, you might hear it. Different ones of us do it in different ways. Yes, it is perfect. It is all divinely perfect, right? Right? So artists in particular tend to see. I don't. I tend to have just this sense of knowing. That's kind of how I know I'm where I'm supposed to be within. So just breathe there. Settling in. And for those of you who are, I'm going to use a strong word here, addicted to noise. I have the TV on, I have the radio on in the background, blah, blah, blah. This might be a little more uncomfortable for you, but just try it for a few minutes. Let's just see what we get. Silence. Silence. And notice how your world isn't totally silent. You might hear traffic, you might hear birds. I'm hearing my humidifier, but there are those sounds that are there. The heater running, whatever it is, but as close to silence as you can get it. And then I'd like you to pose a question within. It can be anything. Am I on the right track? Is there something else I need to be paying attention to? What would you like me to know? Pitch out a sentence. Pitch out a question. And then just sit in the silence for a moment. And you're not demanding an answer. You're requesting an answer. However it comes, it comes. And the more time you learn to spend here, the more forthcoming those answers will get. And you might not like what you hear. There are people who run away from their own inner silence because they don't want to hear what they're going to hear. It might be something like, you need to find a different job. You need to leave this relationship. It's been dead for years. You need to find a way to set better boundaries. You know, whatever it is that's going to come to you. You might not like hearing what it has to say. You get to choose. Again, we are human beings with free will. We get to choose. But I'd like you to take a look at what are the potential benefits and costs of listening and of not listening. All right? Because some of us do a really good job of scurrying away from anything that's uncomfortable. Others of us like to face it, put ourselves right in there, almost to the point where it's like, wow, how can you all day, every day, just keep facing yourself, the truth, etc. The more we do that, the more authentic a life we're going to live, the more doors open up for us, the more we know we're on track, right? And it takes courage. It takes courage, right? Good morning, Gwen. We're doing courage today. Actually, we do courage every day, don't we? Sometimes just even getting up in the morning is an act of courage. Yep. But we are all making our way through this, right? Here we are. We showed up this morning. We are making our way through this. even when it seems difficult and painful. Because I'm going to predict for all of us, when we get to the end of our lives and we are looking back, sometimes those difficult and painful circumstances are the ones that afford us the greatest growth. When we're humming along and everything's going great, it feels good, but we're not being challenged to grow the same way we are when we're at that cutting edge of discomfort, right? You are welcome for this today. There's a reason the cards show up the way they show up, okay? You might say it's accident. It's coincidence. You just happen to pick it. I don't buy that. I think the cards show up the way they show up for reasons. But even for the people who believe that it's merely a coincidence that that one showed up, if it chimes for you, how lovely is that? Take the message and run with it. Yes, thank you, Cindy, for posting that. Keep going. Do it. Don't worry. All will be well. That is the whole nature of faith and trust, isn't it? If you totally believe that it's going to be absolutely fine, you don't need faith and trust. It's when we're waffling, when we're doubtful, when we're unsure, that's when faith and trust serves us. That's when faith and trust serves us. And to begin with, some of us kind of back into faith and trust. What the hell? I'll throw my hands up. I'm just going to do this thing anyway. I have no idea if it's going to work or not, but I'm just going to try it. It's not really the same thing as, okay, Spirit, I don't know where you're taking me, but I'm grabbing your hand and away we go. Let's see where we end up. That's faith and trust. But it's okay to back into it too. I do that sometimes myself, just like, okay, I don't know where we're going, but I'm along for the ride. Let's just do this thing. Practice, practice, practice. What I think is so funny about all of this, and I do think the universe has a great sense of humor, is repeatedly, if we look back, repeatedly in the course of our lifetimes, we have had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to see that when we practice faith and trust, it turns out fine. But when we're in a new one, we kind of want to believe that somehow the rules are going to be different, and all of that history of fine isn't relevant. Awesome. So Monday we're going to send you good juju, Carolyn, visiting your oncology radiologist, and we'll see how it's going. Yes, absolutely. Sending you good juju. Soak it up. The more open you can be to receiving good energy, the more your body heals. My view of the radiation is it was merely a tool to assist in the healing that your body already knew how to do. Okay? Our bodies are amazing, right? You cut your finger on something, you don't have to sit there and stare at it and go, okay, now clot, now make a scab, now heal. It just does it, right? So all of the Western medicine things that we make choices to do, they're in support of what your body already knows how to do, right? I'm glad you're divinely guided today. That is fabulous. Live in that divination. Just live in that. Good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So, courage. Courage. It's everything from I'm willing to get up today to I'm willing to have this painful conversation to I'm willing to go see my oncology radiologist on Monday to I'm willing to address my financial mess. I'm willing to. With faith and trust, stepping forward. And I'm going to suggest that everything is navigable with grace. Everything is navigable with grace. I still love that line from Marion Woodman, who said that her Jungian analyst said to her, Mrs. Woodman, you're going to go there anyway, so you can either go squealing like a pig to slaughter, or you can pick yourself up and walk with some modicum of grace. Something along that line. And I just thought that was a great line. We are going there anyway. We are on our path. We are walking our path. There's really not much way to not follow our path, right? We're divinely guided. Again, we have free will. We can choose to derail. We can choose to sit down on the path and go, We have options, but the path is the path, right? And we may not know where it's taking us, and we may not know why we get these detours, the cancer detour, the life and death detour, the whatever it is, unexpected whatever detour, the loss of the job detour. They seem like detours, seeming detours. They're a divine part of the path. They are a divine part of the path. And sometimes we're not happy about that path, but here we are. Here we are. So again, my image always is we lock arms and we walk our paths. They're beside each other, we walk our paths. So let's get on with walking our path this fine Saturday. Have an awesome day. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. We'll see you tomorrow morning, hopefully timely. Bye.